involuntary shut-ins. This is Adam. Once again, I am doing a poetry reading of poets that I believe should be in the modern canon. I'm about to do Daphne Gottleib. I was planning on doing this early this morning, but I was distracted by the outside world. It's still happening. There are things out there still taking place, like grocery store runs. Anyway, I am going to be reading a bunch of stuff from Daphne's book, 15 Ways to Stay Alive. I am choosing to read them in reverse order because I like the way that these particular poems flow in that direction. You should pick this up if you have a chance. You should go to the Manic Depress website, or you should, I don't want to say track Daphne down. You shouldn't. You should leave Daphne alone. But you should find a small bookstore or small press website that is not Amazon and order yourself a copy of this book. I will read some poems from it. Hopefully you will like them enough that you will want to buy them or buy it. She's got a lot of other books, actually. Final Girl, Kissing Dead Girls, just a couple of them. She is phenomenal. You should pick up all of her books. Carpe Noctum. Once upon a time, your parents were a time bomb written in lipstick. Now, you are a love letter written in blood. No one wants to think about their parents having sex. My mother told me the last time she and my father had sex was after his chemotherapy. He insisted they use a condom. He said, "I don't know what's in me." He said, "I don't want it in you." They were going at it when the Jehovah's Witnesses knocked at the door. "It's a message from God," they said, and laughed, and they didn't. They started kissing again. You are now the age your parents used to be. We did not know we were beautiful at 20. Our radiant skin still knew we had lungs and heart and breathing. We had coil and electricity and spark. We proved our bodies against each other in twos or more and faster, or just by ourselves. Our skin some fresh toy, our lips wet with sun. To act as if our bodies are messages from God. Things go wrong over time. The back doesn't twist or bend. Up things don't, and the wet things aren't. Bodies stutter and fail, and then, sooner or later, they stop failing at all. The point is, before that. The point is, yes. The point is, there are many things I have done to bodies. I have held, kissed, caressed, sucked, licked, bitten them. I have stuck things in them. I have tickled and bit them and tied them up like trussed chickens and made them cry. I have loved them. I have loved them. I have found shelter. I have gone to church. I have gone home, my lips wet with sun, to act with the knowledge that our bodies are God. I've been told I fuck too much, too hard, too fast for a girl, but I'm not a girl anymore. I'm a woman, and my heart beats like a prize fighter's fists, and I have not stopped yet. I will not stop. The top 5 causes for death in the United States are heart disease, cancer, stroke, respiratory disease, and accidents. The only cause of human life so far is orgasm. The point is to learn that we are radiant now. Once upon a time, your parents were a time bomb written in lipstick. Now, you are a love letter written in blood. There is a message from God inside my mouth. You can only read it with your tongue. The point is, yes. Drive. It is now, and it is smoke, and you don't smoke, and it is love. The girl is smoking in your car. Cigarettes kill you faster than girls. More people die from smoking than love. You know this. You know girls. It is love. Her hand is on your thigh. It is foggy. More people die from car accidents than love. You are lost. You are singing along to the radio. Her hand is in yours. The top of your head might come off. It could happen. You know this. More people die of decapitation than love. Hey, 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 says the song. Pop songs lie. Your hand is on her thigh. It is love. You are lost. You are a fog and smoke and midnight, and rain was never beautiful before. She lights another cigarette. The rain can't put you out. You are holding your breath. More people die of asphyxiation than love. You both sing along now. Hey, hey, hey. The song sings along too. It's so sweet. More people die of diabetes than love. More people die of heart disease than love. More people die. You will die. Pop songs lie. Play that song again. Sexy balaclava. I tried to rent the movie about the protest, but the store didn't have it. In the film, the underdog wins. That's how you know it's a movie. They are passing a law here to keep people from sitting on the sidewalk. Poverty is still a crime in America, and I am looking more and more criminal, by which I mean broke, by which I mean beautiful, holy. Revolution is not pretty, but it can be beautiful, I'm told. The protest was dull. There was no tear gas, and there were no riot cops. Nothing got broken, and nothing got gassed, and nothing got smashed. There was no blood, and the world was not saved, so we went to the movies. In the film, people kissed at the end. The underdog won. That's how we knew it was a movie. A pretty lie. Revolution is not pretty, but I don't care about looks. Set the dumpster on fire. Break the windows. Don't kiss me like they do in the movies. Kiss me like they do on the emergency broadcast system. I have always confused desire with apocalypse. We met over a small earthquake. Now my knees shake whenever you come around, and I've noticed your hand has a slight tremor. Where he's been. Hell, what does she want for me? To be on welfare? Otis Jordan, the Frogman, commenting on a do-gooder's legal action to close the sideshow he performed in. Taxonomy. What about Snake Boy? I pleaded. At the far end of the table, some other guy laughed the hinge right off his jaw. You cannot pride a river when you are thirsty. Maggot man. Larva lad. Prince parasite. You can dignity your own grave. You see the problem. Between a stick and a stone place, I crawled under a rock. Worm boy it was. The sun still shines. What it was like. Fresh cherries still warm at roadsides, slick city candy stores, feathers escape to the dust, playing over the dirt's breath, the ring of hammer on stake, tediums whir, new lot, next postcards home, money sent home, boiled peanuts, oceans gasp. Always the organ right this way, faint of heart, no, God nor man, the turn of fresh earth and the sun, worm boy, and the velvet cape, tired, so tired, but the gasp and clap in the tent, and I hold them all, it's okay, it's all right to stare. Rhodes Scholar. In Arkansas, I think it was Arkansas or Texas or Tennessee, the boy came up to me, full body halo, the way the lights were cast, but this boy says to me, do you know that in an acre of land there can be 1,000,000 earthworms? You'll never see them. They're under the ground. They're working. He says, ringworm is not a worm. It's a fungus. Awful smart kid you got there, I said to the kid's father. You must be awfully proud. They walked away. The tents came down. We moved on. And still, underground workings, crawl in, crawl out, light as a feather, new lot, new faint of heart. No God nor man, the turn of fresh earth and the sun, worm boy in velvet cape, tired, so tired, but the sweep and gape and the sequins in the light, we clasp, roar of massive working. Pornography of disability. The whir of the gasp, the reformer lady, the state fair, the massive roar, the courts closed the show. I put on my velvet cape and prayed for right this way arms. 8 arms. Shiva's arms. Ringworm is not a worm, it's a fungus. I prayed for the arms of the destroyer of worlds. I got a plane ticket from my brother. He calls me Ben. And how could I be ungrateful? It's a good life. It is better than most. I have my own bed, my own room, and there are stars. And when I flew down, I have never been on a plane. I could have gotten to the gate myself, but they wheeled me. I said, don't wheel me. But they did. When I got here, I found he and the kids fixed up an old cart for me. Never had a cart before. Never thought I'd live on a farm. It's quiet. And mind you, I work for my living here. I find lots to do. I'm a good worker, can fix cars, clock radios, fix the blender yesterday, just with my tongue and teeth, nothing else broken that I can find. Said, I'm going to have to start breaking stuff to myself. It's quiet. And just when I was done, I hear him yell, hey, Ben! And I almost didn't turn around. This morning I went to the hen house. Thought I'd help out, collecting eggs for breakfast, when I struggled in to bring them a mouthful of feed scattered. The chickens, they scatter in soft explosions, in white, my sequins, the light, disco balling on the wood walls. I tip my head aside and stretch my mouth to the shape of A in welfare. I stretch and tilt. The eggs roll onto the back of my cape and drag behind me with a shh, shh, shh. So quiet here. The turn of fresh earth and the sun. The fluttered empty spots where the hens will soon settle and sigh as I make my way back to the door, again fluster and beat, their wings back in the air, that feather then fret, that from right there, when I stop and listen right there it sounds just like applause. The bearded lady gets called by the principal. And the school calls, and I rush down there from work, and they tell me that Calvin was fighting, and I say, fighting? And he comes into the principal's office, and he's got an eye blooming like a sunset, like oven rising, and he's got an ice pack in his hand, but not on his eye, and I look at him and I say, put it on, and he says, it's warm, and I say, okay. I keep my voice steady when I ask what happened, and Calvin says, I can see fine, Mom, don't be scared, and the principal says, Calvin, and Calvin doesn't say, and so I say, what happened, Calvin? And he says, Jeff called my shoes jerky, and I say, jerky? And the top of his head bobs up and down, and cheap too, he says. So they bring in Jeff, and Jeff snickers and strokes his chin right in my face and says, he did not, and Calvin says, he did too, and it turns out Jeff also hit Calvin in the eye, but Calvin hit first, but Jeff used Calvin's toy truck, hence the donut on his face, and I wonder where the hell Jeff's mother is, and why she isn't here, but the principal makes Calvin apologize first, since Calvin hit first, and then Jeff too, and Jeff gets 2 days out of school, but they are cheap. Make that 3 days, young man. And Calvin gets 2 days, and the eye is puffing like a blowfish, and I nod at the principal, and you'd think they'd get the kid some better medical attention than an ice pack, and I look at it, and it seems to be what it is. He's right, his vision's fine, and the secretary hands us his homework for the next 2 days, and he says nothing on the way home, which is fine, because I don't really know what to say either, except your shoes are not cheap. And he says, I need new shoes, Mom, and I say, ask your dad, and those are perfectly fine shoes, but what is the price of a black eye, and what is next? His pants? And I call my mom to tell her he's coming over for the next 2 days, because I can't lose my damn job, and she says, I'll buy him the damn shoes, and I say, don't reward him. And he's listening to the whole thing and says, Mom, I need new shoes. It was just about the shoes, Mom. It was just about the shoes. It wasn't about anything else. I just need new shoes. And she says, he gets the shoes. And I say, okay, all right, if he gets his homework done tonight, and I say, no more trouble at school, okay? And he says, it wasn't my fault. And I say, never swing first. If you don't swing first, you don't get in as much trouble. And he says, I didn't get in as much trouble as Jeff. And I say, okay, enough. Do your homework. And he does. And I say, you could have lost your eye. And I start dinner, and his dad gets home and says, what's with the eye? And Calvin says, the guy Mom works with has one eye. Hey, would you love me with just one eye? And Frank sighs and says, those shoes are not cheap. And I open the mushroom soup and brown the beef and boil the noodles. And his dad says, I'm going to call Jeff's dad, and then we'll see what Jeff's dad's going to tan his hide till he understands he can't go around hitting people. And I say, are you going to tan your son's hide too? And Frank says, of course not. No more trouble at school, son. And Calvin says, I'm just doing my homework. I'm just doing my social studies. I'm not doing anything wrong. Lay off. No one says anything for a while, and Calvin does his homework. And Frank goes to wash up and call Jeff's dad. And when I look over, Calvin's doing his social studies, and he's drawing a beard on George Washington and blacking out one eye. Like I stole it. I wear mostly black. Cat burglars wear black and anarchists wear black. The difference between cat burglars and anarchists is burglars are quiet. There are no memorable burgling chants. You can't use a bullhorn to lift someone's watch, but it's okay to leave fingerprints on a demonstration. Don't carry a sign to a B&E job. Don't squat the house you rip off. People in foreign films also wear black. When I do my laundry, it looks like the television is turned off. Rent is theft. People who wear black smoke except when they don't. Ninjas wear black and are quiet. Ninjas jump through windows, but so do anarchists and cat burglars. I used to smoke, but I quit. Johnny Cash wore black, and Zorro, and Dracula. I never used bleach. Morticia wore black. Theft is not theft. Robin Hood should have worn black. Death wears a black robe. I quit smoking. I wore protest black to a funeral and everyone knew. I can't save the world by yelling. Too old to kick high. My laundry's almost dry. I've got my black gloves on. I've got my hand in your pocket. What you eat. Cats eat fish. Cats eat rats. There are 210 calories in a Snickers bar. There are 214 calories in an average rat. They say the Donner Party didn't eat each other after all. The bones they found belong to animals. Crime rates are higher where there are slaughterhouses. Do not confuse the abattoir with the boudoir. Animals died to be oil where they were spilled back into the ground. We are animal. 17.3 million Americans went to bed hungry this year. An average cat weighs 10 pounds. Bananas, rice, applesauce, toast. A 10-pound turkey feeds 8 to 10 people. In sheer numbers, the Native American genocide exceeds the Holocaust. Depression, withdrawal, anxiety, and trouble sleeping are symptoms of mad cow disease. Anthrax is caused by cows and terrorists. There is evidence that vegetables sense pain. There is evidence that vegetables scream. Frog legs taste like chicken. Chicken tastes like chicken. A can of chicken of the sea cost $1.89. 130,000 dolphins were killed last year to make tuna. There is no nice word for buffalo and chicken and rat, but there is pork and beef and veal. Say abattoir, not slaughterhouse. If you die, a dog will wait a week before eating your corpse. A cat will wait a day. And finally, adage. Don't borrow spilled milk. Beggars don't have another shoe to drop. The pot's calling the early bird. Don't count your chickens before. Pigs fly before pearls. Don't call the sow's ear. Clothes make others. A rolling boy gathers. One man washes another. Unto others. Take the boy out of the country. Kill 2 birds. Save 9. Walk a mile. Unto. It is better to give. It is better to grieve. It is better to grift. Receive. The hand that feeds you must come down. The bite is worse. God only gives you a stitch in the side. Kill 2. Save 9. Bless the sow purse. The silk ear. Make hay. Shine. Those are poems from Daphne Gottlieb's 15 Ways to Stay Alive. Again, it is on Manic Depress. You should go to their website. You should order her book. If you like it, you should check out Final Girl. You should check out Kissing Dead Girls. She also has a book, Jokes and the Unconscious, which is a graphic novel. It's really cool. Yeah, check it out. Thanks for listening.